Welcome back to Learn to Sense podcast. And today is the second episode of the series Invest in AI and Avoid the Bubble. And we will be exploring the category AI powered products and services. If you remember, in the first episode, I defined the AI investable market in terms of categories, and I briefly went through each categories to see what are the main characteristics of this. So today we are deep diving in the one that I probably consider the most interesting one, that is AI powered and product services. So why I consider it the most interesting one? Well, because these businesses benefit from AI progress and investment, but basically face no backlash when AI CapEx slow down. This is, of course, without considering catastrophic scenario like Black Swan or COVID of any sort, simply because I cannot predict them, so I just ignore. And if they happen, they happen. We'll see how to manage, right? So these are companies that are using AI to improve the productivity and automatize as much as possible the services and the product manufacturing and distribution, right? So think about getting insurance quote in seconds, like Lemonade does, or designing, manufacturing, and selling superior products that are more science and data based and increasingly tailored to individual customers, like Oddity does. So the secret sauce for creating such a business is having a unique, significant data set at your disposal, and or better if both, an AI first organization. This means that once you reach a minimum headcount level, you can scale revenue without adding human resources. This is the goal of the company that I identify within this category. So now let's go through the list of companies that I own and I think belong to this category and will do very, very good. And the first one is, drums rolling, Lemonade, and I think nobody can any longer ignore Lemonade at this point. So they are reinventing the insurance sector. So what Lemonade is doing? Lemonade is redefining insurance by operating as an autonomous organization. Unlike incumbents that rely on brokers and agents, Lemonade uses a direct-to-consumer model. So while this limits distribution in the short term, it allows them to collect orders of magnitude more data than the standard playbook. Since insurance is a statistical game where you optimize top and bottom lines based on available data, Lemonade is poised to achieve superior results for years to come. Hardly anyone will catch up soon. To complete the data mode, Lemonade's visionary leaders have built an autonomous organization where AI agents handle the work, onboarding new customers, paying claims, and so on, meaning they are scaling revenue while headcount remains flat. So I expect these characteristics will make Lemonade compound for the foreseeable future. And Lemonade is already a multi-bagger for me. It's about 5x. So guys, go to lorenzitosense.com to read this article that I'm telling you now about, but also to read all my Lemonade articles, and starting from my first deep dive that was in 2024. That honestly, guys, it looks like I had the crystal ball because I described exactly what is happening. So really recommend to go there and read it. You will find the link even here in the video's comment. Second company is Oddity Tech, ticker symbol ODD, revolutionizing the beauty industry. And guys, this company, I don't know why, but nobody likes Infinix and retail investors in general. I don't really know why, because it has on paper, and they are proving it with numbers, all the characteristics that a multi-bagger and a compounder need to crash the market. So, Oddity Tech designs and sells beauty products, such as foundations, directly to customers. Unlike incumbents that rely on the classic brick-and-mortar model, Oddity operates a direct-to-consumer model. While this limits distribution in the short term, it allows them to collect orders of magnitude more data than the standard playbook. Thanks to this data moat and its AI engine, Oddity recommends the best product for each individual, like the perfect foundation for your skin tone, and develops new molecules to better address individual needs. So I expect these characteristics will make Oddity compound for the foreseeable future. Again, go check all my deep dives and update on lorenzo2sense.com. Third company belonging to this category and that I own is Duolingo, ticker symbol DUOL. They are transforming education by making learning both fun and effective. And guys, lately the stock price dropped a lot, and retail investors are losing hope with them. So this could turn in being a very, very big opportunity from here, because the price is quite cheap now for what the company may achieve in the next future. Duolingo owns and operates a platform primarily for teaching languages through its app, and is slowly expanding to teach other topics, aiming to become the go-to place to learn anything. Duolingo is already the undisputed leader in the industry, and given its top-class leadership and data moat, millions of people using the app daily, I believe this gap will only widen from here. On top of that, generative AI has increased by orders of magnitude the speed at which they can create new content for courses, making their data moat even stronger. Duolingo, like LMND, has a big advantage in this race. It doesn't need to move atoms to deliver its services, meaning they will likely become an autonomous organization where the top line grows while the headcount remains stable. Guys, this is an important detail. Companies like LMND and Duolingo that can deliver services without moving any atoms will be the first to get all the benefit of AI, because sure, manufacturing companies will benefit as well. Think about Optimus or the humanoid robot that we'll get in the assembly line, manufacturing lines, right? But this will take some more time. It takes longer, maybe 5 years, even 10 years to really see this in the top line and bottom line of these manufacturing companies. So the first to benefit from the AI revolution will be service providers. The next one is hims and hers, ticker symbol hims. Speaking about companies that are not any longer liked by retail investors, guys. Similar story to Duolingo. Even for hims, if they will deliver, it will be a big run from here, because now the price is quite cheap. They are redefining healthcare by making it accessible and affordable. hims owns and operates one of the largest telehealth platform and aims to transform it into a longevity service, delivering the highest value per dollar for individuals. Unlike Big Pharma, where collecting consumer feedback and tailoring medicines to individuals is afterthought, hims philosophy centers on personalizations. With 2.5 million subscribers, hims has built a clear data moat. They are now developing an AI engine to leverage this data, positioning them to become the undisputed leader in healthcare. As a bonus, they are investing heavily in verticalizing their business, allowing them to compound their own products, achieve cost leadership, and conduct research for better healthcare. I expect these characteristics will make hims compound for the foreseeable future. Next on the list is Tesla, the ultimate leader in transportation autonomy, sustainable energy, and humanoid robotics. There is not much to say here, guys. Either you see it or you don't. So Tesla enables moving atoms with no people involved. Whether you are thinking about autonomous car or humanoid robots, Tesla provides the technology for paradigms that will completely change the world in a few years. But it doesn't end there. Beyond providing technologies to make the world autonomous, Tesla is poised to become an autonomous organization itself. Specifically, the first autonomous manufacturing organization. This stems from two drivers. First, Tesla will be the first to implement Optimus in its factories. Second, Elon's mastery of optimization. Think about his early days at Twitter and Doge. Tells you anything? Tesla will scale cars, batteries, solar panels, and robots without increasing headcount beyond a certain point. And by the way, that will mark the beginning of the age of abundance, a new world. I expect these characteristics will make Tesla compound for the foreseeable future. Last one, Meta. Unlocking AI's future with an unparalleled dataset. Meta is the world's largest social network by users, giving it the biggest people dataset on the planet. Meta also leads in large language models and has one of the largest AI compute infrastructure available. Combined with founder-led leadership, CEO Mark Zuckerberg has proven himself among the best at keeping his company competitive. I believe Meta will be one of AI's greatest beneficiaries. I'm not sure exactly how yet, but they'll either provide the best AI companion to billions of people or create the next consumer ecosystem by overtaking Apple with their smart glasses. Either way, I believe they'll make it happen. I expect these characteristics will make Meta compound for the foreseeable future. Now, what to expect? And you can find this graph in the last article I published on lorenzo2sense.com, and you will find the related link here in the comment. So this is the revenue trend that I expect from this category of businesses alongside the AI capital expenditure trend. So you have the red line here, that is AI capital expenditures, not the one of any specific companies, but the aggregate capital expenditures on AI. That this is why I called it the AI super cycle. So you see this is increasing. We are still probably here right now, and eventually it will flatten and then will go down. We don't know yet if this will happen in 6 months, 6 years, or even 10 years, and nobody knows, at least not for sure myself. So the blue line is AI-powered products and services revenue, so the revenue of the companies that I've just mentioned. And you see, this line is not that steep at the beginning, so it's growing less than the AI CapEx. So you may have, sure, companies that benefit more by the capital expenditures, and that have revenue that goes up with the same direction. So this is starting slower, but when the AI capex will slow down or even stop for a short period, they will keep going up. And actually, they could even benefit from this, because when demand cools down, you have a rebalance between supply and demand, and prices of LLMs and AI services may actually, most likely, will go down. So these companies that are not selling anything that is tied to AI, they are just using AI to provide their services, they will see their cost going down. So their revenue will keep growing with the same trajectory, but their costs will go down. So likely these companies, again, except any catastrophic event at the same time that this red line goes down, otherwise the revenues of this company will probably keep going up. So it's a very smart play to me, and as you have seen the first episode of this series, this is the category where I'm most invested in. It's around 60%, if I remember well, of my portfolio. All right, so we are at the end for today's episode. In the next episode, that is the third out of the 4 of this series, I'll be digging into the AI infrastructure category, the one from which I will likely get most of the boost in the short term. So stay tuned, guys. Ciao!